Ohio State, big conversation piece right now, AJ Hawk.
Why?
Ryan, well, great question. I love what you're doing here. Ryan Day has come out, and he just basically said, here's the deal with the NIL deals. You're going to need $2 million for a good quarterback, all right? You're going to need $1 million for a good edge rusher. You're going to need about another $1 million for a top tackle, let alone if we get some corners going to come around, it's $500,000, $750,000. Let's just get them to your school. This is via at JBook37, I believe, lives in Arizona, covers the Buckeyes, though.
Okay.
No blue check mark, a lot of followers, seem like a lot of Ohioans do interact with said Mr. Book 37 here.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyways, then he had to follow up and said it's going to basically take $13 million to keep this team that they currently have in place. Ryan Day has put the bat signal out to fans and boosters per Cleveland.com. Day, speaking to 100 local business, said that the Buckeyes will need about $13 million per year in NIL funds just to keep the current players on the roster intact. Ohio State is officially in the game, says JBook37, who's followed along with the Buckeyes from afar there. So $13 million just to keep this team together. That price is only going to go up, just like with everything else in the world, as it becomes a more sophisticated system. Maybe the water will find its level, maybe it'll go down, but I feel like it never does. Normally things just only go up. Why are you not giving Ryan Day $13 million right now to keep that team together? Is that what's going to take? Like, what?
Okay, so what does that mean though? When you want to raise $13 million, is that what are these collectives? I'm like a serious question. They put together these NIL collectives or whatever. Are those local businesses that come together? Is that the school that gathers them? What is it?
I don't know if it's local businesses or just money from the boosters.
Yeah. But then who controls that money?
Well, whoever's the head, right, would be the one that's controlling.
And then that person can go to the school and say, hey, can you help recruit this high school kid with this money? Or
I'm
what?
not 100% sure. I assume you go to the coach, though, and say, hey, this is what we have. You don't have to go directly to the school. I assume the coach would be directly in
He's
there.
the head collector.
Yeah, because he's the one recruiting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we're doing now because Saban put the bat signal out to his guys, right? When he killed Jimbo to get the money. Okay,
Right.
we need
Jimbo
money.
Cat, though, at least 2 lives.
that's
He
right.
came back next morning and said, excuse me.
Because Saban was talking in front of businesses too. That's what they're doing.
This is the
right
season,
now.
right? This is fundraising season. It sounds
Which
like
has
for college
always been
coaches.
happening.
Yeah.
This is all these types of things have always been happening.
But now it's here. Now he can openly say, hey, if you guys pony up, we can win a lot of football games around here.
As somebody that doesn't pay close enough attention to college football, obviously, me. These types of things have been happening, I assume, at these
Like
big
boosters?
Like this sit-down panel in front of all the money from your school. They do panels in front of these people. This has probably been happening at every big school for a long time, this particular meeting. But these conferences have changed the tune now. Now it's like, hey, this is what it's like a strategy meeting as opposed to a hello meeting.
Yeah,
right?
They've had them, like boosters have run college sports since the dawn of time, I'm guessing. Like boosters, these powerful boosters, they have so much control and so much power. I've listened to boosters tell me that they were part of coaching searches. Like they went with the
on
AD.
the planes, right?
Yeah, like,
on their planes, actually. It's normally on their planes.
Exactly, yeah, because you donate hours. Like that's part of your donation. Hey, I donated 25 hours this year to the athletic department of my jet. And I was like, these guys are telling me they're texting head coaches after games. Hey, man, I think you should play Billy a little bit more in the third quarter. Like stuff like that. And that opened my eyes. I was like, geez, okay. I had no clue any of this was really – I didn't know you were that in-depth, I guess.
So how much did old Buddy pay at Pitt to become the head coaching title?
$20 million.
20 million.
Chris Bickett.
Chris
Bickle.
Bickle.
Chris Bickle.
Class of 92.
Sorry.
97.
97.
Okay.
Jesus. Class of 92. Dog shit.
That's right.
Class of 97. 98. Can't even fucking think about touching.
No, they changed the game.
That's why he wanted 97 in there. This class, what we did, what if they did? What if the University of Pittsburgh in the class of 97 like created some fucking life-altering, changing thing? And that's why he needed 97 on that fucking thing. Why do you think he insisted class of 97 on the end of that? Just alumni not good enough. He wanted something had to have happened with
I think that's like a next level, like proud alumni move is, because you care when you're talking to these other proud, hey, you're class of 67, I was class of 97. So,
so this is like
I think
super
so.
high level.
Yeah.
We love.
Oh, yeah.
Highest
I
GPA
love Pitt.
ever, maybe.
Anyways, that $20 million that he was able to put to you would assume he's making some other decisions is what you are alluding to, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you have to give to become like a donor like that or somebody that's that important to where a head coach will take your text and respond to you after a big loss. But it's not illegal. Like, that's not illegal, right? Like, you donate money, they put your name on a building.
Not at all.
They can use that money however they want.
Yeah, there's always been ways to
But I guess before
work the system.
Before it was used to, hey, you can take our money and build these facilities, build all this awesome stuff to show recruits. Now you can take this money and directly hand it to the recruits. It sounds like now.
Yeah, we don't even have to fake act like we're not making money. We don't even have to fake act
now
like
we need
this
double the
isn't
money, though, because we need to build all these facilities and continue to build them.
Yeah,
and we need to pay these kids.
The players need the money and we need the money. Let's not take away from what we've been fucking making, though. All right? These kids are going to need they're going to need 13, okay? That's what. Let alone, hey, my fucking, I was supposed to get 2 new jet skis too. Right, 2 new jet skis out on my lake here in Columbus, Ohio. Ryan Day was saying, let's not fucking stop that particular avenue of cash. It's interesting. We'll have Bobby Carpenter joining us here in a couple minutes, and he's still working out with the players that are making more money than he is now.
Yeah. That's it. That would be funny to go back there and I'm like, we'll ask him, hey Bob, has your relationship changed with these guys since they started getting paid? Have you noticed a difference
More
in them?
than you, too.
Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Ryan Day said last night that you need to walk house to house over there with all that money, all the people that are renting $50,000 houses to have parties in Columbus and Dublin, Ohio. They need to send that money elsewhere, and that's to the fucking Buckeyes because they need $13 million. Bobby, is allegedly what they need. Do you like that Ryan Day did what he did, and is that just some call to action for you and AJ and Roosters and everybody to fork up this cash so we can continue to win?
Yeah, I think that's table stakes, man. You got to decide what you want to be in this world. And do you want to be great? Do you want to be elite? Everyone complains if you don't beat Bama, if you don't beat Clemson, you're not beating the Georgias. If you can't get that done, then you know what? You're not going to be successful. So Ryan's just laying it out there. Guys, hey, this isn't me saying, this isn't me putting this number together. This is when people are asking, hey, what can you do for us? And I believe this. Like, Ryan's a great coach, and I think guys ultimately want to play for him. But you got to be in the game. And everybody knows this. There's guys in the league and the NFL where, you know what, you might take a little bit less cash to ultimately stay someplace you like, but it has to be in the ballpark. You got to get close. And I think that's Ryan Day just letting everybody know, saying, hey, this is where we're at. Throw some cash out. It's going to take $13 million. It's going to take $13 million per year. So let's get ready to start greasing those checks.
I've never looked better there, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah. But Bob, what does that mean, greasing those checks? So should local businesses just send their money in? Who do they talk to? Do you have to say, like, this is specifically for the NIL stuff?
Will you say the example you mentioned earlier or no?
Oh, yeah, Bob, I think Reichert, he went on Twitter and he quote tweeted something about when Ryan Day said that. And he said, like, well, the school isn't reaching out to us. We're the ones who are trying to make these deals happen. Or trying to get
Reichert?
money.
Who's Reichert?
Reichert, Bob, can you explain Reichert, the car dealership, right?
So that would be Rick Reichert, his dad, his family. They've got one, I think, the world's largest car dealer.
Bob's
by
got a relationship
acreage.
with him, actually. So
Of course.
I might have messed something up.
That's because you wouldn't fucking talk. That's why he's got the relationship.
No, I'm saying I didn't want to mess anything up for you, Bob. I think Bob gets a car from him right now. My bad.
Yeah. Oh,
No, that's a good. That's a compliment
Rick's
for
my
him.
guy.
I think.
Oh, good. Yeah, so he's trying to
They do a
help.
great
How does he
job.
help? What
so
can
when
he
you're
do?
writing these checks in, there's a collective called cohesion, and that's where this money needs to go so they can get this stuff out. Or I guess you can do individual deals. You know, if you're nationwide, let's boot Peyton Manning out of there and get C.J. Stroud walking around and going to Fansville or Peytonville or wherever the heck it is.
Well, CJville probably not going to do as good as Peytonville right now, but maybe in the future. Whenever he says need $13 million like per year, is that because current players are getting poached? And do you think Ohio State has a chance to end up being in Conference USA if they don't get this money, Bob?
I mean, Conference USA is a bit of a stretch. I think the Big Ten has kind of always been behind the times a little bit with this. The SEC's probably always kind of lived in this world a little bit more. And so he's just kind of alerting everybody, if you want to compete with these teams, if not, we're going to have Bama. They're going to be knocking on our door. Dabo Swinney at Clemson, Georgia, all these schools are going to be knocking. You just saw what happened with Addison at Pittsburgh. I hopped in the portal. I went to USC, got a couple $1 million. If that's what you want to see happen with your elite players, if you can't afford to keep them there, that will ultimately be the case. But I do not think that it will be Ohio State playing with the Thundering Herd of Marshall in Conference USA.